Happy Monday, everyone. My name is Matt Houston. Today is October the 11th, 2021, and this is your Monday Motivation. Today, I want to discuss the consequence of overextension. Why am I discussing this today? Well, this is a principle that most people who pride themselves in being fourth quarter comeback people or individuals who are awesome at doing things really quickly to make sure things happen instantaneously, and typically comes with success. Usually, we typically don't discuss the consequences of overextension. In fact, whenever we are reacting, I'll say we because I am including myself in this. Whenever we either put too many tasks or things of that nature on our task lists, or if we overcommit, or if we just are overly ambitious and want to do everything and be everything to everyone, there's always a consequence to it. The consequence isn't always bad. I'm not saying that if you do that, it is bad. That's hypocritical. But what I am saying is that if you overextend, if you are doing things outside of a planned timeline or outside of an objective strategy to accomplish a task, there are some unforeseen things that can either tarnish your greatness, becoming your product to be good or not the best that you could be, or it could result in worse actions. And so I just want to discuss one that I deal with that constantly, not only personally but also professionally. And when that happens, my intentions are always pure. But when I don't quite make it, or that overextension did not result in something that's favorable to either myself or the parties, I get in my feelings. I get frustrated. And so I thought this weekend long and hard on my lessons on this and something that I could share with people, not only to help them in their work sessions, but also personally when building relationships with other people, or when you are just trying to be the model citizen or model person that you would like to be. And I thought of four key lessons, four key concepts of this consequence of overextension. Once you do that, once you overextend, first you need to identify it. It's very difficult to even see that you're doing it. When you're overextending, you're either trying to rush or trying to accomplish something that either someone hasn't done before, or something that you're not as prepared to do or you're not as comfortable as doing. Identify when you're in that space that you can be a bit frantic. Secondly, own it. Don't make excuses. Don't argue. Own it. Now, you can discuss it after you've owned it, but it's really important for us personally, to identify it. Once we have identified, to identify our responsibility in that space, and that's actually the hardest task, in my opinion. The third thing, correct it. Correcting it does not mean having your thought process, doing it and saying everything's done. That's only one part of the equation. There are other parts of the equations based on the amount of parties that are affected by this overextension that you've created. If it's a one-on-one business interaction, your responsibility of correcting it is identifying it, owning it, and responding it to that other party to put it on their plate so that they can have the data points to make decisions. That's correcting it. It doesn't mean it is corrected, but you have done your part in correcting it. And once you've done all those things, learn from it. Your fourth thing is to learn from it so that you won't make that same mistake again, or so that you can remediate that type of error. Thank you for that. It's a longer Monday motivation than normal, but I wanted to share that because that was heavily on my mind this weekend and wanted to figure out how I can make that feeling, my feeling of being frustrated by overextending, therefore not having desirable outcomes. How can I package that so that we can become better as a society? Hope please give me your comments below or throughout the week. Thank you all, and have a great one. Bye.